Ethically Questionable is electrified by Polestar, the Swedish electric performance brand created to accelerate the shift to zero tailpipe emissions. Their approach to transparency means every car they sell has a carbon impact report so you can drive with a conscience. Hi guys, welcome back to Ethically Questionable. I'm your host, Jamila Brown, and today on the pod we have somebody that I am so excited to share with you guys. If you are from the world of lifestyle, luxury, hospitality, travel, you probably know his name. But if you're not, you are in for a treat, okay? Today on the pod, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Martin KUCZMARSKI. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, so Martin KUCZMARSKI, aka MK, was the global COO at Soho House for 16 years. So he really built it up alongside Nick Jones, right when it was at the peak of cool and culture and design. That was all MK and NJ, Nick Jones. Now Martin has the 3 hottest restaurants in London. I'm talking everybody wants to go there. Everyone wants to be seen there. It's hard to get a reservation, but if you know MK, you can usually get in. They're called the Dover Street Counter, Martino's, and importantly, and I guess very relevantly to today's episode, MK used to be my boss when I was running sustainability and social impact at Soho House. So I was super excited to get him into the Polestar so that we could have a chat about all things ethically questionable. And what I thought was going to be an episode really about hospitality, I think you'll find was more an episode about leadership and what does it look like when you are at the top of a brand or an industry that is constantly being imitated, right? Everybody wants to be like you in terms of the design you provide and the way you make people feel and the aesthetic and the press and the celebrities, right? But what does that mean from an ethical standpoint? And I think Martin really hits it on the head in a few of the moments in the episode where he talks about wanting to be copied, not just for the way things look, but for the way that he treats his teams, right? So it's a really fantastic episode. We are not going to do the ethically questionable news this week because the episode's a little bit long. He spends a lot of time cussing me out about my driving, but that's okay. I'm actually a good driver. And actually at the end of the episode, can you please all comment that you agree that I'm a better driver than Martin makes it out to be? But yeah, we'll get straight into the Polestar today so you can have a listen to, this industry titan on hospitality, leadership, and taking care of people. Into the Polestar. All right, should we go?
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Polestar.
Happy to be here.
Oh, good. I'm so excited to see you, Martin, because as you know, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. I sometimes tell people you're like my fairy godfather.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry before we start.
No, don't cry. But obviously,
I haven't had a drink yet. we should stop at the door for a quick drink before
I can't drink and drive though. That's the problem.
I can.
Oh, you can. Yeah. Do you know what? You should have a to-go cup.
Yeah.
Do you want to get one?
Nah. I should have vodka martini and
next time.
Proper shaken.
Are you allowed to have drinks in a vehicle in the UK? Because in America you're not, even if the driver's not drinking.
Well, look, I'm Italian, so if I don't drive, I think I can have a drink in the car.
Fair enough.
I think as long as you're happy, I think you can do anything in the car.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But you mentioned you're Italian, so this is actually the first thing I want to get to, Martin. So
okay.
You are obviously an incredible hospitality entrepreneur, pioneer at the helm of luxury hospitality for a long time. You've had an incredible career. One of your career highlights being my boss, probably the best time in your life.
The best time in my life. You are the easiest.
Oh, thank you. But obviously you didn't start out.
The nicest.
Oh, thank you. You're a good guy too. But obviously didn't start out like that. So tell us about yourself. How did it all start? Where'd you come from? How'd you get here?
Look, first of all, thank you for having me in this.
Of course.
Wonderful, cool car.
Yeah, thanks.
It's very nice. Very nice, very quiet, very silent.
It's electric.
It's beautiful. Love it, and it's sustainable and love it. Amazing car. So thank you. Are you okay to drive, by the way?
I'm a great driver.
I'm Italian, so
I'm American.
Shall I drive?
No. I think the scariest time in my life has been in Rome, where you cross the street and the cars go around you as you're walking. Also, sorry, can I tell you something? The very first day that I started working with you at House Foundations, you pretended to run me over in the parking lot of White City.
That's me.
So no, you can't drive today. Sorry.
Anyway, so look, I was born in Poland.
Yeah.
So I'm Polish Italian.
Yeah.
At the very young age, my parents divorced,
Mhm.
and my mom moved to Italy. She remarried. My stepfather is Italian,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I grew up and did all my studies in Italy,
What part? What part of Italy?
Tuscany,
Oh, beautiful.
in Viareggio. And I remember, when I was doing my schools, and my stepfather said, "This guy likes people. He should be in hospitality." And my mom said, "No, no, my son needs to be a doctor. He needs to be an architect."
I was gonna say,
all that kind of boring jobs.
but is that a very like Italian thing to like say to your children like hospitality is an amazing career? Because you're right, you didn't really hear that in other cultures.
Yeah, but yes,
Yeah.
yes. But myself, I said, look, he needs to go to the hospitality because he likes people. He loves being with people, and he's good around people. So he was kind of the forcing, and then the really a drive
Yeah.
behind me starting in hospitality. So I did all my schools. I did catering and hospitality school
Yeah.
in Italy, and then I start working at very early stages of my age. When my friends used to go to nightclubs over the summer, I used to take the summer job.
Oh, that's good.
And because I wanted to learn as much as possible and as fast as possible. So I did all my schools in Italy and in restaurant and catering, and then I started traveling around the world.
Oh, amazing.
I moved to I don't know why, but I moved to Scotland.
Scotland. I like Scotland.
Yeah, I went to Scotland for my first kind of proper job.
Yeah.
And then I moved to London. That was a long time ago. And I used to work at the Hyde Park Hotel.
Yeah.
When I just passed
Oh,
by.
are we nearby that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're at Hyde Park now.
Yeah. We should actually drive past Hyde Park.
Okay.
And keep going straight, and then we pass by Hyde Park
Okay,
Hotel.
you tell me. Yeah.
And I used to work there, and I was a commie waiter. I used to iron the tablecloths, and that was my first job.
Proper like white tablecloth.
Or washing the glasses.
Yeah.
Or doing the toast melba for breakfast.
Mm.
So I did a little of training, and then I said, look, I need to study a little bit more. And so I went back to Italy, North Italy, Trento, and I did master in hotel management. So I did that for a period of just 2 years, and at the same time I moved to Paris.
Oh, nice.
And I remember the offer from the school was, okay, you need to go and choose your place where you can do our external training. And they suggested a list of the places in France, but there was nothing that I got really inspired. So I said, you know what, I found a job for myself.
Yeah.
And of course I chose the Ritz in Paris.
Yes.
And I believe that anyone who starts in hospitality, who wants to be has to pass by the Ritz. Ritz, it's a history of hospitality, history of luxury. It's one of the first luxury hotels in the world. It's the first hotel that had power, the first hotel that had room service, the first hotel that provided housekeeping.
Really groundbreaking.
And
But they didn't have housekeeping before.
No, I mean there was like common housekeeping. But that was like in 1800. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And I remember that
So
I
standard
want
now.
to go. I want to go to the Ritz.
Yeah.
And my teachers and said, hey, you're not gonna get it, and we don't know anyone, you're not gonna get it. So I wrote a letter and a CV to general manager, and I was rejected. I said,
Damn.
fuck. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't swear on this recording. And I was always very ambitious and persistent. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
So then I wrote to food and beverage manager the same letter. I just changed the name.
Yeah.
I said, please give me a job, any job, as long as I can just be inside the building.
Yeah.
And I was rejected.
Oh no.
And I said, fuck again. So what I did, Jamila, I wrote, I think 11, I can't remember, 9 or 11, there was some funny number, 9 or 11 letters, exactly the same.
This was like before email as well.
Yeah. It was proper,
Yeah.
the typewriter, with the signature
Yeah.
and the stamp and everything.
That's a lot of effort.
So I wrote 9 yeah, nine letters to all different people. So human resources, the restaurant manager, chef, I don't know, finance director, the reception manager,
Yeah.
all the kind of head of departments that
Yeah.
used to run this. So I find the names and I wrote them, individual letter with my CV, my picture, everything. So
Can I
please
ask a
just give me.
stupid question?
Yes.
How did you find their names without the internet?
True. It shows how old I am. Yeah. Look, I was passionate already about hotels.
Yeah.
So I knew a few people already.
I see.
And so I keep asking,
Okay.
who is your reception manager? But sometimes,
smart.
I call
Yeah.
the reception and I said, I pretended to be a customer and that I want to make a complaint.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I did that.
so
I said,
funny.
sorry. I said, I'm sorry, I want to make a complaint about my recent stay and I want to have full name and address of your reception manager.
That's
So I got all these names
Yep.
and I sent in one go 9 letters. I said, someone will be so stupid that's gonna tell me yes.
Yeah.
And actually they say yes.
Hey, there you go.
And I got accepted. I went into, actually my first job at the Ritz was in the finance department. I was a cost controller.
Okay.
Really boring job, but at least I was inside. And at the same time, I could learn something from back of house of hospitality.
Okay.
And I remember the day before I started working at the Ritz, I was outside in Place Vendôme,
Yeah.
and and I was already very emotional that I got the job.
Yeah.
I read the book. I had a whole history about Cesar Ritz, and I was outside. There was no phones at that time, no mobiles. I was standing outside, and then I went to the nearest, telephone box. I called my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm starting tomorrow." And I basically, even now, I'm still tears coming in my eyes.
Yeah, it's a very
And,
sweet story actually.
And then I said, "Mama, tomorrow I'm starting in this museum of hotels." Anyway, so I started and I did different departments. So I did cost control. Then I moved to the bar. I moved to the restaurant, and slowly I start kind of being within the group. And after that, I went. Where do I go? I went to south of France, and I always work in 5-star hotels,
luxury.
or luxury environment, or Michelin stars.
Okay,
So that was kind of the beginning of my career.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then so you ended up in London.
Yeah.
Obviously built Soho House alongside Nick.
Mm-hmm.
And then left a few years ago and have started this restaurant group, which is like incredibly like award winning. Like these are the hottest restaurants in London. Do you know that? Are you aware of that?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, because of course you read the press, you see what's happening.
Yeah.
No, I try to be a little bit distant because you're as good as your last meal.
Yeah.
And I don't want myself or even our teams to be overconfident or become too cocky.
Yeah.
And just look, hey, the press is nice, we have amazing customers, all 3 restaurants are really successful. Depending how you describe success, but very successful. And I said, look, all those beautiful articles, all those reviews, they're good for us, but they're good for us. They should motivate us. They should motivate us to do better. Because the bar is set now very high, and we have to deliver above that bar every day. But I think a lot of restaurant owners, they make mistakes. They read these reviews, their own reviews or good articles, and suddenly they become a bit too confident. And if you become too confident, focus gone, and you start making mistakes.
You also don't want to become like a trend that comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's about longevity of service and like expectations.
I don't follow any trends.
No, I know that.
I have to be honest. Maybe it sounds a little bit arrogant, but I don't follow this. I do what I feel in my instinct is good. I feel what customer wants, and just give it to them.
So hospitality is obviously like a huge industry. Everyone loves to go out.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to eat out, be out, go do things. What is it about like going out that you think is so important for people? Like what draws us to places like Martino's, which we're about to drive by?
Here we go. We are in Sloane Square.
Yeah.
That's Martino's.
Yeah.
We opened Martino's last year in end of this November, beginning of December. and it's my version of Italian trattoria. And you know, if you go to Italy, there's plenty of beautiful and amazing trattorias.
Yeah.
But I have many weaknesses, but one of biggest weakness is I like nice things.
Yeah.
So I said, how can I make a trattoria slightly more elegant and sophisticated? So here we go. Hello, Martinos.
Hello, Martina.
Hello.
It's a good name,
Bowl of
actually.
pasta. Bowl of pasta. Some lasagna. Anyway.
I keep seeing people post about the pancakes.
Yes. Yeah, we do breakfast, we do lunch and dinner. It's fantastic. You should. I mean, you've already been, but please come back.
Thank you.
So, look, you know, hospitality and you're talking about going out.
Yeah.
Things change because of our technology. We are in 2026. You know, we are
Got email now.
We got emails now. No more fax machines.
Yeah.
And you know, you have devices everywhere. Look, we're driving and we have one of the biggest devices here in front of us.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think technology has changed us as humans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think there was a moment, I think still is happening, that this technology is unconsciously controlling us, you know. And I think you need to be, as a human, you need to be strong and use technology as your tool.
Yeah.
You know, rather than technology is using me and I'm addicted to it, which is easy to say.
It's
You know,
very
it's okay.
common. Yeah.
You have all these tools and they're amazing, the AI and everything. Okay, use them to make your life better, but make sure that this doesn't take your life.
Yeah.
So, you know, hospitality, I think, brings people together.
Yeah.
You know,
Off the screens, in real
off
life.
the screens and in real life. And we are, you know, touch wood. We are very lucky that in all our restaurants, you know, we don't say to our customer, you can't use the phone, because everyone has the phone. They take pictures. It's fine. But because the way we design the spaces, the way, you know, lighting in our restaurants, the music and the clientele and mainly the design, just encourage you not to be on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, just encourage you to spend time with you.
Yeah,
You
be
know, we
present.
are, you know, I call, you know, what do you think about social media? I think it's antisocial.
That's a good point,
Yeah,
actually.
you know, they should change the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on social? Yeah, I'm
Anti-social
antisocial. Yeah,
media.
because I'm on the phone. You know, so
Yeah,
I'm
good point.
antisocial. You know, so you know, we as a human beings, we you know, we made to be with other people. I love spending some time alone.
Yeah.
I really love, but you know, you can spend a week alone, 2 weeks, a month, whatever, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
But then we need this. You
Yeah.
know, we need interaction.
Yeah, that's true.
And so whenever we do in our company called
Yeah.
difficult name,
Yeah.
you know, we try to bring people together. You know,
Yes.
from different backgrounds, from different interests. But, you know, just to share things and you know, to learn from each other and bring some connections. So I think hospitality, that should be the main objective of anyone who owns, operates or works in a restaurant. So bring people together.
Yeah.
You know, hospitality is very easy.
Yes.
It is easy, and because we have, you know, one job to do,
Yeah.
to make you happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how you make that person happy through hospitality? By providing nice and kind service.
Yes.
You know, and professional, efficient. You don't want shitty service but with a smile, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, how are you? And then in the meantime you're waiting 25 minutes for your bowl of pasta. You know, I said,
my
no,
God.
I want bowl of pasta on time, but I want to be delivered with kindness and with
Yeah.
nice smile.
Yeah.
So I strongly believe that, you know, hospitality, you know, is easy in inverted brackets, you know.
Sorry, can I interrupt you? Because this just reminds me of this really funny thing I read once. So in my neighborhood, there's this like Caribbean, like it's not really a restaurant, but you can go and like you can grab your food. You could sit, but usually take it away, and the food is amazing, right? But the reviews are horrible because they're like, the woman behind the counter, like she doesn't even make eye contact with you, da 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 da, and the restaurant responds, I don't think eye contact's on the menu. But people keep coming back because the food's amazing,
Yeah.
you know. But they're mean.
But in a bigger scale,
Yeah.
people will forget about the table layout. People will forget
Yeah.
about
These little
the
things.
chair. People will even forget about the food. People never forget how I make you feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I have that eye contact, this guy look at me. If I make you smile and happy, you will feel it. If I make you upset, you will feel it. So I think people never forget how you make them feel.
Yeah, that's so true.
So I think hospitality is about kindness. It's about simplicity. It's about stop reinventing the wheel. So we do things very simple.
Yeah.
We provide plate of food, to you.
Yeah.
You pick up the fork.
Yeah.
You eat it.
Yeah.
You enjoy it. You pay. You go. Repeat again.
Yeah.
But of course, there's millions. I make it very
Complicated,
simplistic.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very simple. There's millions of these little touch points. But no, kindness, simplicity. Of course, there needs to be beautiful design. Good lighting. Good acoustic. You want to be able to speak and hear everyone in the room. You want good food. You want good service. You want the food and service to be well priced, not underpriced, not overpriced.
Yeah.
You want to leave a restaurant and you feel that was good. I want to come back.
Yeah.
And that's my measure of success.
Yeah.
If a person leaves the Dover Street Canto, Martino's, and by passing by the reception when they pick up the cards, they say, you know what, that was good. Can I book for next week? I said, yes.
Yes. Gotcha, bitch. No, joking.
we have achieved what our mission is.
Yeah.
And our mission, if you look at our website, our mission is not just, we do everything in order to make someone else happier. And even during our induction, I keep saying to our teams that you have one job.
Yeah.
If someone comes, just make someone happier by 5%. Just by 5%.
Yeah.
If someone comes and is miserable,
Yeah.
Make sure that they leave miserable minus. If someone comes, upset, make sure that they're upset minus.
Minus.
Yeah. If someone comes happy, make sure that you make them happy plus. If someone comes, super happy.
Is this your induction?
Yeah. That's your job, and including my job.
Yeah.
And including my job.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah,
job
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
If I see someone comes already super happy, I want them to leave
Even happier.
even happier.
Yeah.
And
5% happier.
5%, which is a small amount.
Yeah.
But if I manage through everything that we do to improve their mood and happiness,
Yeah.
we've done our job.
Okay. Okay, amazing. I have some questions.
Oh my God. Okay. Go.
Do you think then when you're and not you, but the hospitality industry, or let's even lean in more to maybe the luxury side, right? Do you think that it's important for restaurateurs, for staff, but also for the customers when they're designing these experiences that social and environmental impact are embedded in there? I'll tell you why I ask this, because I think there's this idea, at least for me, and I'm deep in this stuff now.
Yeah.
That if I'm spending more money on something than I could get from Chip Shop down the road or whatever, I expect that it's doing better.
Mm-hmm.
It's more ethical. The staff are treated way nicer.
Mm-hmm.
The food is sourced more ethically.
Mm-hmm.
They're more considerate about waste, all those sort of things. I feel like I'm making a good investment, not just in my experience, but also my impact on the planet.
Mm-hmm. And the question is?
Do you think that other people feel that way? Do you think that restaurateurs think about that? Or do you think there's still a lot of
No, I don't think
it's not a priority anymore?
we are in the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look, the lights change in here.
Oh, really?
You can see it in the dark.
Okay.
Do you like orange? It matches your seatbelt.
Mm.
Okay, so tell me. So
No.
but is that part of people's decision making still in this business?
Well, not yet.
Okay.
And let me rephrase my answer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. They do care. They want to do well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They want to be sustainable.
Yeah.
They want to look after people well.
Yeah.
They want food wastage. To minimize food, and many things that you have become an expert now.
Thank you.
And so the willingness of restaurant operators is there.
Yeah.
The biggest problem it is today people don't know how to do it.
Mm.
Yes, they don't know how to do it, and then often they don't see the benefit of doing it.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
And because people might say, okay, if I do this, okay, it's good to do, but what is my benefit? Yes.
Yeah.
And I think if you have that approach, you're making a big mistake because you're actually not contributing to things. Now, when we opened the Dover 2 years ago, just there's many things we're doing. But one example, I said I will refuse. That our team needs to have good meal.
Yeah.
And I'll never understood in restaurants, in hotels, you have staff canteen where the customer eats good tomato and the teams eat shit tomato.
Rotten tomatoes.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
It's the same kitchen.
Yeah.
It's the same human being.
It's cost.
Yeah.
Is that why they do it?
Yes.
That's gross, isn't
and
it?
and it's not nice. So at the Dover, when the food comes with the same ingredients, we cook for our teams.
Yeah.
And when we opened, we had a few challenges. I have to be honest, we had a few challenges.
Yeah.
And I encourage all our team members, you have to come to see me if you don't like our food. And at the beginning, it was like, was very inconsistent. I said, okay, I spent a lot of time with our executive chefs, with our general manager. I said, look, this is what you have to do. And I used to eat staff meals at the beginning because I want to make sure that if I eat it, that means good.
Yeah.
So the team will follow. But I think the biggest gap is still and there's a lot of restaurateurs, they want to do well.
Yeah.
But they don't know how. So I think there's a lot of lack of knowledge and education is needed. Okay, let's say if I have sustainable source ingredients, if I wash my white tablecloth, with the detergent which is good for the planet, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And I need to wash my tablecloth.
Yeah.
Let's be logical. I need to wash the tablecloth.
Yeah.
But I don't control the linen company. But how do I make that change? How do I help them? So I think there's willingness, but there's lack of knowledge and lack of education to make that change.
I find that so interesting because I think that there's like dozens, hundreds, thousands of like solutions. Like there's eco-friendly linen wash delivery companies around here.
Yeah.
You're
right, but you know what?
With everything, but
people don't know about it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is
So
it
there's
just a
plenty.
comms problem? Like, how do you get
it is
in front of these
communication.
people? Because actually, I think sometimes you hear, "Oh, it's cost," but in a lot of examples, you'll find that like the ROI is much better.
I've got the answer.
Okay, tell me.
I've got the answer.
Let's solve it right now.
Okay, so you open a new restaurant and it happens. At Soho House we open many restaurants around the world, many clubs.
Yeah.
The last 3 years I opened 3 restaurants.
Yeah.
And you open a restaurant, week after,
Yeah.
there's a supplier comes in, let's say a wine supplier.
Yeah.
Oh, you just open. Said, look, we supply this wine.
Yeah.
What do you think? I can supply this, and it's better than what you currently have.
Yeah.
Much cheaper, whatever.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen for the products ethically sourced. So when you open a restaurant, why someone, let's say from, I don't know, the chemical company that is all sustainable, that doesn't affect our nature.
Yeah.
When as soon as you open, and it comes, look, at the moment you're using something which is really bad for the nature, it's bad for your skin, it's bad for breathing this chemical, and instead, why don't you use this? So I think the effort needs to be made also by the suppliers itself.
Yeah, so we need more salespeople in sustainable businesses is what
Correct.
you're saying.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
You've got that idea now.
I know, I'm like, we're about to grow my business tenfold this year, Martin. I actually have a wine client I need to introduce you to, but we can do that later.
Sure. As long as it's organic.
It is. It's zero waste, actually, but we'll
Zero
talk
waste,
about
that's
that
nice,
later. What is exciting for you in the future of hospitality? Like, what are some things that you're excited to do more of and to integrate more and that you're seeing in other spaces that feel good? And getting us towards a good, this level of good that people want to get to, right? Where things are more sustainable, teams are happy, customers are happy, 5%, 15%,
Yeah, look, when I left Soho House, I took some time off.
Yeah.
Because I want to reflect at what I'm gonna do next.
Sure.
And I'm young at heart. not on my passport. And I love working and I love hospitality. I said that several times.
Yeah.
So I always knew that I'm gonna do something in hospitality.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have a clear vision how I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yes, and my vision in a very simple way was, as long as I do anything, if it's a small coffee shop here in the corner,
Yeah.
or a substantial restaurant like Martino's
Yeah.
in Sloane Square,
Yeah.
you know, it has to be beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, but beautiful not only physically, but there needs to be beautiful as a substance. There needs to have substance and purpose. Number two, probably the most important point, is that whenever I do, I have to make a difference.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
And the difference to who?
Yeah.
To people. Yeah. And if I achieve this too, you know,
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
with people
Yeah.
that I genuinely love,
Yeah.
and they love me back,
Yeah.
and I respect them, and they respect me back,
Yeah.
you know, I'm happy. I'm happy. So
But can I ask you another question? Sorry.
Sure.
Does like making a difference, does that mean like just having a positive impact on somebody's like working life specifically, or
yeah,
like
but personal as well.
personal? Yeah.
Personal as well. Look,
Yeah.
we, you know,
Because I think it's good to have a focus on what good impact looks like. Otherwise, we're kind of, I mean, not everything needs to be like measured and
Left.
KPI.
um,
But so yeah, so what I
so-
was saying about the good impact part, right? And like having a positive impact on people. I'm not saying that everything has to be measured. And I think that's probably where like ESG and
No,
all that
but-
shit got into a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But like, for example, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. We can
Yes,
cut
you
out
are.
if you don't want me to. But, you know, like you've like supported this other business and are helping giving them a platform and being an angel investor.
Yeah.
And that's going to like change the trajectory of some people's lives,
Yes.
right? And of course, you're really hands-on with your teams, and like, I mean, with me, like you've always looked after me and made sure I'm
Oh.
okay, and I'm, you know, my next step is going to be good, and that's really important. And are these two areas like career and personal development specifically that you focus? Because otherwise, it's like,
Look,
and we're donating to UNICEF, and
look,
we're
no,
doing this,
No,
and
no.
you know, it just
No.
gets too like
Yes.
whatever,
Yeah.
and then all these little drops don't actually add up to anything. Whereas
Yeah.
like real focus intent makes massive
Impact.
impact.
I agree, and look, I have goosebumps because what we do in our company in a micro, very micro situation here.
Yeah.
You know, when we opened the door, I'll give an example. We've made change
Yeah.
in London hospitality.
Yeah.
And because I felt at that time 2 years ago that London hospitality was going completely in different direction. You know, it became a little arrogant.
Yeah.
It became loud.
Yep.
Every restaurant you went, there was a DJ at the entrance, boom, 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 boom. You know, you could have
A
conversation.
bit much.
Too much. As soon as you sit down, you know, a manager or Metro D will come to your table and said, you know, Jamila, I need this table back by 9 o'clock. So
Oh
it
yeah.
has become very greedy. You know,
Yeah.
there was no more tablecloths. There was
Yeah.
no more candles on the tables.
Yeah.
So I think the impact we've made specifically with the Dover is to bring this old school hospitality back.
Yeah.
You know, of course we are in 2026.
Yeah.
Of course we have to be modern and contemporary.
Yeah. It has to
But-
fit.
Yes, but you know the things that were slowly disappearing from in our industry, I wanted to bring it back
Yeah.
in order to make a little bend. And if you look at today, you know, and we set the trend. This New York Italian, we set the trend.
Yeah. It's
You
cool.
know, with the design, it was very different than any other restaurant, and I had small and big impact in London restaurant scene. Yes, so that from the customer perspective and my colleagues in other restaurants, you know, they say,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting
Yes.
what Martin's doing.
Yes.
No, I should, because I got inspired by someone else as well. So everyone gets
Yeah.
inspired. So
Yeah.
for me already, you know, that if I see, oh, this looks like mini Dover, or
Yeah.
someone copy me, and I said, on one side, I said, really, can you not come out with some
Yeah.
different idea?
Come on.
But on the other side, it makes me happy.
You're doing
Bec-
something right. if they're
because I did
copying you.
something right.
I mean,
And
fucking hell, it's Soho House. That's probably the most copied shit in the world, isn't it?
yes, and then I said, you know what? Okay, you copy me because we did something, but that's
Yeah.
from maybe another restaurant, or you know, from the customer point of view,
Yeah.
we give them something that
Yeah.
they can enjoy.
Yeah.
From members of staff, you know, we are part of paying well, a part of giving good food,
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't know the name of all our employees
Yeah.
and who they go out with,
Because they all date each other, and they're when you
Yeah,
listen. I had
well-
many boyfriends up behind the bar in my early hospitality days.
yeah, but you have
Or
to
a
know these
chef.
things. You know, you have to know this. And I give you an example. You know, last year we had few challenges. You know, not challenges. Our members of staff
Yeah.
had some challenges, but they were
Yeah.
challenges not in his performance
Mhm,
or
mhm.
his approach. He was slightly confused what he wants to do in his life.
Yeah.
you know?
Fair.
And we took a professional help from outside,
Yeah.
which I paid or we paid as a company,
Yeah.
and go to see these people.
Yeah.
They are professional,
Yeah.
they're independent.
Yeah.
They'll help you, and actually that person become self-confident, become very clear what that person wants to do in future. So we have make an impact to that person's future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was nothing to do with restaurant business. It was you as a human being.
Yeah.
And so we do many things like this. Helping others. It's not just about you mentioned about charities earlier. Oh, I give X amount of money in that charity, left, right. It needs to have a purpose.
Yeah.
And but not only purpose, you have to have tangible change.
Yeah.
And fast.
Yeah.
So when I see that I personally help someone, let's go left.
Yes. Oh, thanks, Martin.
If I see any of our team members happy because I've done something outside of work,
Yeah.
there was another person had a problem with the girlfriend. I said, okay, come in the corridor,
Yeah.
during the service.
Yeah.
Let's have a vodka martini quickly, to take the edge, So we
Vent it out.
Yeah, vent it out, And then he talked to me about his challenges.
Yeah.
I give my advice. So this is my advice.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it,
Yeah.
That is your choice.
Yeah.
But he listened.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're still together.
Oh, I was gonna say,
And
did they break up?
Yeah. Can you imagine? They
Now
go
he's
home.
divorced.
Yeah, Martin told me that. She took the shoes, slapped him.
Oh, that's funny. But
No,
that's good,
so-
and that's exactly what I mean. And also,
But
I think there's a lot of, like, back with the charity thing. Like, imagine working somewhere, you're struggling, and this business is giving 10% of their profits to some random thing that's so intangible, and
No.
you're there feeling completely neglected and unsupported.
Look, if
It doesn't work
I want to go home.
in terms of.
If I go to bed, and if I
Move it.
talk to myself, and
Yeah.
I do talk to myself.
Yeah.
That's not.
Why am I not allowed to do that? I had my light on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Anyway,
Anyways,
it's
go
fine.
on.
So if I go home and before I go to bed, if I said, you know what, today I have contributed to
Yeah.
someone else's life
Yeah.
in a positive way, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's my
Good.
measure of success.
Yeah.
That's my measure.
You
of
actually
success.
told me that when I first started working for you like 10 years ago.
So you
or
see,
however
I'm
long
not
it
saying
was, so-
just bullshit.
Yeah, it's not bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this show is obviously called Ethically Questionable.
Oh fucking hell.
And towards the end, we ask some hot fire questions.
Right.
And you have to tell me if these topics are ethical or questionable. You ready?
Yeah, go.
Number 1, McDonald's. Fast food.
Yeah, what do you mean to say?
Is it ethical or is it questionable as a business? So the fast food industry. Don't be specific to
Yeah,
McDonald's.
no. Look, ethical question. I think, okay, I always have long answers. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Um,
I'm used to it.
oh, thanks.
I've had to drive around the block
Yeah,
a few more times.
I think both. I
Yeah.
mean, what McDonald's did, years ago was very innovative.
Yeah.
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 And and we all had McDonald's in our lives.
Yeah.
You had it.
I have it.
Yeah. I had it.
Yeah.
And actually at Dover Street Counter, I'll tell you an example.
Yeah.
I wanted a burger on the menu.
Yeah.
And I come back to the question. I wanted a burger on the menu.
Yeah.
In Dover Street Counter. And today there's millions of different versions of the burgers,
Yeah.
Smash burgers, normal burgers,
Yeah.
I don't know, with foie gras, with this, blah blah blah,
And
and I look at everything from on my day of reflection.
yeah.
I said, but there is one burger that everyone had it,
Mm.
and everyone that time liked it. Yeah. I had McDonald's maybe
Yeah.
on the hangover day, yeah, and I said that was delicious, and I know it's probably not good ingredients and everything else. But,
Yeah.
so I said, you know what? How cool would it be to recreate
Mm.
the flavor or the unconscious flavor of the McDonald's using the best ingredients we can get.
Yes.
So sustainable
I
ingredients.
was gonna say, what
ethical
does best mean? That's it. Yes.
the best meat, the best cheese,
Yeah.
not some chemical cheese, whatever.
No.
And actually, at the Dover Street Counter, and please, you have to come to it. We always have a joke with our customers.
Yeah.
We said, if you close your eyes and taste the burger,
Yeah.
and if you tell me what it reminds you of, the burger is on us.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a stupid joke because I always keep losing because the customer keep telling me, yeah, it is McDonald's. I said yes, because that was the idea. So,
but do you know what? I actually think that McDonald's, like if I get a McDonald's cheeseburger now, it actually doesn't taste like what I think it is. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's changed.
So you're probably giving them that thing of what they're looking for when they go to McDonald's,
Correct.
but actually
Yeah.
don't get.
So I would say to answer the question, ethical or questionable.
Yeah.
I think is both at the same time.
Okay, fine.
I think, it was good when it was born because it was unique.
Yeah.
And actually, as a business model, the franchise around the world was incredible.
Yeah.
Is it questionable about what's happening today and how they're doing and what you're actually eating in those fries and the burger?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I would say that McDonald's has like a really big sustainability program. I should maybe do an episode where I like understand exactly what's going on there.
You should.
I will.
Because you see, we're talking about lack of knowledge, and I think this is part of the.
There you go. That's part of it, isn't it?
When you mention, if you mention ask any of these guys here, I said, what do you think about sustainability at McDonald's?
Yeah.
They'll say, oh,
Well,
it doesn't exist. But they might have probably one of the biggest programs in the world.
I think they might do, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Right.
Vegans. Do you remember when everything was going plant-based for a while on the menus to save on carbon emissions?
Look, no, I don't want to be rude.
Don't be rude.
And look, if you're vegan, and if it's your choice,
Yeah.
I think you become vegan for maybe 3 choices. One, the taste.
Yeah.
One for
Yeah.
your health.
Yeah.
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 And one on your belief of animal welfare.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to. I'm not vegan. I eat everything.
Yeah.
And I have to respect that.
Yeah.
So I will respect your choice. But don't come to the restaurant where it's not vegan
Yeah.
and ask every single dish to be vegan.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I will say on the one thing on the vegan thing
But
is
you
that
have
I'm
to be
not
respectful.
vegan.
You
Yeah.
have to be respectful.
No, I get that. I'm not vegan, but I do try
can
to
do one
not
more.
have
You
as
can do
much.
one more.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I got a few
Yeah,
more.
go,
of these.
go. I like it.
Good.
I'm going to ask you questions.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, I know.
Once I'm done with mine, though. Okay, but so vegan. So I'm not vegan, but I do try really hard to not eat as much beef or like steak as I might have done if I wasn't really thinking about it. I try to be a bit intentional
I
about
love
it
red meat.
because it is pretty bad for the environment.
Look, I have.
But I don't say nothing.
But I love red meat. I have
stuff?
high cholesterol.
Yeah.
So I eat it once a week. But my reason is because of my health.
Yeah.
And so I think vegan is a choice for all the reasons that we discussed.
Yeah.
Have to be respected.
Yeah.
And the restaurants have to make an effort to provide it.
Okay.
But without pushing a little bit too much. And I think
Yeah.
some of the customers come, oh, I'm vegan and I want this. Oh, madam, it's not a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
I'll do my best,
Yeah.
because in a restaurant what you have to say yes
Yeah.
and do it to provide you, but don't expect everything on the menu because you make that choice
Yeah.
to be vegan. So
Okay, fair.
I think it's a choice for all the reasons that we discussed, and you have to be polite and respectful.
I also think there are probably a lot more vegan options on menus in regular restaurants now
Yeah.
anyway. So it's not like you have to go somewhere and be
we-
like, there's
we open-
absolutely nothing.
Look, we open Martino's,
Yeah.
and our chefs, look, we need to have vegan pasta. We have to have this and that. I said, sure,
That's quite
great,
positive.
amazing.
The shift is happening anyways, right?
And which is amazing, and
Yeah.
came not from me, from the chef, and it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So we don't advertise on the menu, but we welcome any vegan customers, and
Okay.
we try to please them.
Nice. Okay, next one. Getting drunk at dinner in a restaurant.
What depends. I think you go out to have fun, and I like a drink.
Okay.
And depending what does it mean getting drunk,
Yeah.
if you.
But I don't mean like tipsy. I mean like you're drunk. Like
No.
you have to be like
No, I
like you've
think-
had way too much. You've just like gone wild and not been mindful.
No. I think you have to have a little bit.
But you're having fun.
Self-control.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm the first one. One of my biggest hobbies is a long lunch,
Oh.
and the long lunch starts at 2:33 and finish at 9.
Oh damn. That's really long.
and you finish at 9, completely gone, and you just roll over
Yeah.
into your bed.
Fine, fair.
And then you have 10 hours sleep. You wake
Yeah.
up fresh.
Yeah.
So I think if you go out, you have to drink.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a
If you
drinker,
drink, yeah.
if you're a drinker,
Yeah.
if you're a drinker.
Yeah.
But just be respectful.
Yeah.
Don't get smart that you can walk away from the table.
Yeah.
And but
Okay.
if it's celebration and it happens,
Yeah.
as I told you at the beginning of this chat, we are here to make a person happy.
Yeah.
If in that moment, if that person, because of happiness, of the birthday celebration, engagement, or
Yeah.
anything, just
Yeah.
got a little bit too much,
Yeah.
said, okay,
All right.
order taxi, put them in the taxi, make sure that they go home safe,
Yeah.
give them bottle of water to go, hasta la mañana.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Next one. Phones at the table.
Oh, a big fucking no.
Big fuck no.
No.
Super questionable.
I think the phones, one, they should be never on the table. That's definitely. And they should be out only if you start exchanging telephone numbers with, let's say, tonight me and you go for dinner, we invite another couple, and we don't know that couple well, and we said, okay, I like, should we meet again? And you start exchanging your telephone numbers, your digital...
Wait, hold on. How did you invite them out if you don't have their phone number?
Whatever, or contact details. So maybe
But you're making friends in the
let's say
restaurant. Okay,
you tell me, you invite me, and
Okay,
we
fine.
start making the friends, and you start, so I think,
Yeah, okay.
we can't stop usage of the telephone.
Sure.
Yes? But I think going to the restaurant, and the first thing you do, put your physical phone
Yeah.
on the table,
Uh-huh.
I think is
It was really bad.
rude, and I think just lack of elegance and sophistication.
Yeah, fair.
However,
Mhm.
I might say, however, and there's a lot of people that know how to carry these phones, and if do I put in a pocket, if you have handbag and the handbag is too small or you have too much stuff, where do you do? But okay, put it on your chair, put under your arse, put it somewhere there.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fine.
Anyway,
Fine.
so not on the table.
Go on. Oh, it's a jogger. I love the shorts. What about people who take pictures of their food with the phone?
Look, I mean,
Seriously.
this is another big topic.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of food influencer. You
Yeah.
have a lot of people who
Yeah.
love seeing the food, and the world has changed because of technology. So I think, look, everything needs to have a balance.
Yeah.
If you come to the restaurant and I take some pictures when I go.
Yeah.
When I go to Inspire.
Okay.
But I do it very quickly. I take my phone. Food comes. Boom.
You don't take out the light.
No,
the,
no,
the
no,
ring
no, no,
light.
no. If you in any of our restaurants, if you take this pot, whatever it's called, with the lighting and the camera going like this, and zoom, and you can't see what's going on the
God.
top. I will go to the table personally. I
Yeah.
said, guys, the food is getting cold,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna complain the food is not good, but also, he upset other people. He
Yeah.
upsets other people.
Yeah.
So
It ruins the ambiance and the vibe.
we discourage. No, we can't stop people using it. But we discourage
Yeah.
usage of the phone or photography in
Yeah.
public spaces. If
Okay.
it's on your table with no flash,
Yeah.
it's fine. If it's birthday celebration, whatever. Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you keep taking every plate of food, I mean, fuck's sake, you can't go home. Show me the app.
What do you even do with the photos?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So are you gonna go home and pick up, spaghetti meatball? You're not gonna eat it. Or I'm gonna take a picture of vodka martini. I'm gonna drink it. No. So I mean, I haven't seen the app invented yet that you can drink vodka martini from your phone. Anyway. So
Okay, last one.
I
Last
might
one.
be a little bit too old.
That's all right. Last one, and then you can ask your questions.
Okay.
Okay. Tipping.
Yes. What's the question?
Ethical or questionable? And actually, maybe let's not say the act of me, the customer tipping, but the tipping system in general.
Oh, no, I think the tipping systems.
Like
Yeah.
the culture of tipping.
I think from the customer perspective, you must tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's rude not to tip.
Okay.
No, I come from nothing. And if you provide good service,
Yeah.
it is incentive. It
Yeah.
is a recognition.
Yeah. Yeah.
You work hard. I mean, all of the jobs around the world are hard.
Yeah.
And of course, the service charge is already included.
Yeah.
But if you do a better service, if you go above your means, and customer recognize that, they should tip it.
Okay.
They should absolutely tip it.
Okay.
Then the system,
Yeah.
how the tips get divided,
Yeah.
the service, I think, is a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of.
I was thinking that's a cute one.
We are in Mayfair, a lot of pink Lamborghinis, and
Not
I'm
electric.
sorry. and not electric, and a lot of showing of people. I'm sorry. So, but I think the systems, UK government is trying to regulate them, and the service charge system changed last year, but there's still a lot of people.
What did it change to? I don't even know that.
That you have to distribute all your service charge to all your employees.
Oh yeah,
And-
because restaurants, the businesses were keeping some.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, we at Soho House, thanks to Nick Jones and
Yeah.
everyone else knows, we are the first one that service charge collected was
Yeah.
given back to the staff,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is not the company money.
No.
This is customer
Yeah.
money given to the employee.
Yeah.
And when we open all our free restaurants, we do exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's very transparent. What we get, we distribute. And
Yeah.
even though it is now, against the law to hold it, there's a lot of people still withhold it.
Yeah.
Withhold the tips to make the profit better. So I think the systems, the current systems, especially in UK, are not as good as they could be. Yeah.
But also, I think I have some more thoughts on tipping. Like, one, obviously, tipping in America is crazy because the not standard, but something that's really normal is that if you are working in a restaurant, your salary is like $2 an hour, and the
Yeah.
tips are what actually like pay your
Yeah,
bills.
you make money with your tips. However, and I think service generally in America is better than UK.
Because of that tipping culture, you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago, I went to a restaurant.
Working for the money.
And we went somewhere, we had a dinner, and I left, I don't know, 10% of the bill at the tip.
Oh, damn.
I had, you see? I had the waitress running behind me.
Yeah.
Sir. I said, whoa, what's happening? Where's the tip? I left. I said, no, you only left 10%. And was my service good? And I said, oh, it was good. That's why I left 10%, because service charge was already included.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And
I
she
missed
said,
that part.
well, but 10% is not enough. And that really, as a
Not
customer,
enough. Ugh.
that's as a customer upset me.
Yeah.
And I think the tipping in America is good. The system is good, but often in many places they just went to opposite direction. That could be a little bit. If you don't tip,
Yeah.
the waiting staff will look at you. Ooh, who are you?
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah. So
There's also the other thing is like, I also feel maybe in America, maybe here a little bit too, there's like the added tip on everything now. Like I go to Blank Street
taxi.
Coffee or
You get
whatever.
you get taxi.
They
or
make my coffee there. I pay £7 for my coffee and I tip. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but
Anything you go on all these digital devices now, add tip. Yeah, but I think in the restaurant business, especially in London, there's service charge, but if you as a customer you had a great time and you enjoy it, you should give a little bit more.
all right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it because I'm about to go on a rant about tipping. But let's change the
No,
subject.
come on.
Okay, but like, so let's use a taxi driver for example, right?
Yeah.
If you're in a black cab, you
Yeah.
own that black cab. The money you get's already yours. Why am I tipping on top?
Okay, I give you. I think it's a good conversation.
Okay.
So let's say now, all these taxi drivers, black cabs, yes, because of technology change,
Yeah.
they use credit cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have to pay 1 to 3%
Okay.
of the taking
Okay.
to credit card suppliers and
Yeah.
providers.
Okay.
So if you had good service, I give a lot of tips to
Yeah.
taxi driver. Only if he's a nice driver.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
have nice chat and takes me from A to B fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's say the taxi drive is, I don't know, 20 quid. I
Yeah.
give them maybe £1, £2.
Yeah.
But that £1, £2 maybe pay commission
Yeah.
that he has to pay to, I don't know, MasterCard or Amex or something else.
Yeah.
And so as a balance, he will take exactly the same money for
Okay.
the ride. Yeah?
If I have a great driver, I'll
but
tip them.
but you shouldn't be forced to take it.
Yeah.
It is your, as a customer, it is your choice to make that. And I
Yeah.
agree with you. I hate every device like add tip. And
But
you
like something at like Blank Street, I don't even know if it's there, but you get the idea. Like a coffee shop.
I know.
I'm like, I've literally stood here. You've just made my coffee anyways. You actually haven't even made my coffee yet before you asked for the tip. Actually.
True. Yes.
I don't know how long
pay
it's
now,
gonna
collect later.
take.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I don't know. Like, of course, so back to the taxi driver. If he's amazing, of course, I tipped a taxi driver yesterday because I just loved him. But just the fact that it's always there, like add tip. I'm like,
No, I'm
it's a bit much.
with you. I'm with you on that.
Bit much. Okay. All right, let's get you back to the Dover. And on the drive, you can ask me your questions now.
Right.
Oh, restaurant's
Yeah.
open now. Search the
Dover.
Dover. You've got seven minutes.
According to that.
Plus traffic.
Well, look, I have fast question too.
Okay.
I haven't prepared, so I'm just
That's
going
okay.
off piste.
I love it.
Off piste. Are you happy?
Very happy.
What makes you happy?
I feel like I'm doing really fulfilling work right now. I feel like my work allows me to have a
We go left
decent...
and
oh,
then.
shit. Hold on. I'm
Yeah.
coming fast.
Oh.
Shut up.
Okay, calm
I
down.
got it.
You go left and then follow there.
Follow...
Yeah, go there.
Yeah.
Just go around it and then go there.
Okay, I'm
I'll
glad
show
you
you
know.
there's a shortcut.
Oh, okay, nice.
Then left here.
Here.
No, here.
Here, yeah. Okay.
You can't cut this part because we need to show to
Oh,
your
Hyde
viewers that you can't drive.
Park.
I
Listen,
refuse.
have we had any accidents?
If you cut
We may
any
have had
part of bad
some
driving,
people honking at us.
I'm recording as well. I'm gonna do my own thing.
I think I'm a decent driver. I never said...
No, I'm joking. I know it's a big question, but briefly and precise.
Mhm.
What you would like to see in hospitality, a little bit of more things that are impactful in sustainability?
Yeah, I think hospitality is too wasteful. That's like my number one. I think there's so much like glass waste and food waste and
Yeah.
all this stuff that's coming out of there that can be easily resolved, easily with a few swaps. So that for me is the number one.
Well, less people on Ozempic. They order food and they don't eat.
As nobody, they order and don't eat. Well, yeah, fucking hell, there you go.
Yeah.
No, I can't park. We'll have to park up a
Okay.
little bit. But I think like from the operation side, you know,
Yes.
I think that there are so many ways to reduce waste in hospitality, and I think actually there's already a lot of waste reduction that happens in hospitality. I'll have to go around again that
Yeah,
people
no, that's okay.
don't realize. Like for example, chefs
You can
train
go, okay,
really.
maybe on double.
Yeah.
You can stop and drop
Yeah,
me
cool.
here.
Like chefs, for example, train up on knife skills in the kitchen to reduce food waste because it's better for their like cost of sales, right? But it's also great for the planet to not be like getting in stuff and like just having half it end up in the bin
Yes.
every time. So I think there's some things that like you can learn in your day-to-day life
Good.
from hospitality on that side. But I think hospitality could be doing more, and I think it would be good for them to like the whole farm to table thing, right? That was such a great conversation that people are kind of like bored by now. But how can hospitality lead those conversations more in the way like the best ingredients are in the, you know, Martino's burger or no, the
Yes.
Dover Street Counter
Dover
burger
Street Counter burger.
is because like the cows are really well looked after, which is better for the planet, and that's what makes this, you know, better for you and your experience, better for the entire system, better for the world, etc. Like how can that become more synergized, you know?
Got it.
A good experience means
Good.
for everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you.
so much.
And thank you for having me, and good luck with your future episodes. And yeah,
Thank you.
this video opening. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you.
Good. Right, guys. So that's the episode. I think I probably gave away the takeaway at the beginning, right? When you're thinking about how to have everything you want in life without fucking up the planet, and if the thing you want is to be a leader, which I think a lot of people want to be, right? Or at least to like feel good at work. I think it comes down to just looking after people, right? And like building strong relationships with people and ensuring that the decisions that you're making, the work you're doing is in benefit of the people on your team and the people around you as much as it is about the bottom line, right? I think we've heard this like time and time again in the sustainability word. It's the triple Ps, right? People, planet, and profit. No, triple bottom line, that's what it's called. So anyways, guys, I hope you liked the episode. We've got another one coming for you next Tuesday. So please do like, subscribe, follow, share so that you don't miss it. It's going to be a great episode. And I think kind of ties into a little bit of what we talked about today in terms of like wine. Anyways, so there we go. Don't miss it. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for being here. Thanks again for tuning into this week's episode of Ethically Questionable. For more info, thoughts, ideas, conversation starters, you can follow me, your host Jamila, at Jamila Faye.